Hi, I'm Oland and you're watching blog.promotion-us.com. Oland is my middle name. My real name is Nana Oland Fabricius, and I decided to call my musical project Oland because I liked that it was an abstraction, that you didn't know whether it was a person or a band, and in that way you would just like pay attention to the music first, and then also when I write music I dive into this land of surprises, and I thought Oland was a good name for that. I think the music scene in Denmark is very interesting. There's a lot of things going on, and I think we have very good educations with music as well. So there's some brilliant musicians there. But in general, I feel like there's a lot of female musicians coming out right now, which I think is very interesting. It's very kind of leaning towards the more electronic side. Fauna was recorded in my bedroom in 2008. It was my first 10 songs I ever wrote and recorded, so it was very like, it was me learning the vocabulary of music, and I would just like take every thing that could make sounds in my apartment, and I would record it and make beats out of it, and that turned into the 10 first songs that is on Fauna.
What was the reaction like at home to that album?
I think when I wrote Fauna, I didn't really expect anyone to listen to it. It was like I wrote it because I needed to, because I had some things I had to deal with, and I just needed to get it out. But I never intended, I never thought that, a lot of people will hear this. So when I got signed to a label and it was played on the radio and people were really receiving it in a very positive way and coming to my concerts and stuff, it was completely overwhelming, and I was just so excited and happy. I think definitely two like poles that pull in me equally is nature and city. And I grew up in a country. I grew up basically in the flattest country in the world, Denmark. There's like 1 million of bikes, but there are no mountains. So I think with my music, I kind of try to create those things that didn't exist in my life. So I kind of create those landscapes that I wasn't around. And I also kind of, Denmark is not, we don't have skyscrapers and all of that. So that was also like another extreme that was also equally as exotic to me. So I also like, I feel like my music is very much a combination of those two things. And when I came to New York, that's like the perfect place to be, because it's like the ultimate city. And then you can go, you don't have to travel too far to go out in nature. And also like, even though Central Park is like, it's a city park, it's still like quite rough. It's still like cliffs and big trees and stuff. I love Brooklyn because it reminds me a little bit of Denmark, because it has that little, it has like a community feeling, kind of, that you meet the same people in the same shops, and it's not like a big train station. It's like a place where you get to meet people, and I like the creativity. There's a lot of people who work with music or art or anything creative, so people are very, there's like a energy going on. when I write songs, it often comes from, like, it can be completely different ways that I get inspired. Sometimes it's from a word, from a conversation I've had with somebody, and sometimes it's like just a melody that I wake up with and it's just like nailed into my brain and then I just have to get it out. So it changes a lot, but I think all of the songs in this album that I'll be releasing this year are all written at a time where I just moved to America and I didn't know any people here, didn't know anything about this country really. So it was like written where I was in a place where everything was new and exciting, and all the feelings that come to you, both the energy and the hope that you get when you go to a new place, like the excitement, but also like the loneliness and the fear and all of that.
So tell us a little bit more about what can we expect on your forthcoming album.
My album will be out the 15th of March, and I'm really excited for people to hear it, because it's been, even though it's been just a year, it feels like a long time for me, because I've written basically like almost 100 songs for this album, and chose the 10 songs that I wanted to be, 11 songs that I wanted to be on the album, and it's very much, I feel like it's a little bit like, it's a little bit like Alice in Wonderland. Åland is like my Wonderland, where all these things happen, and I hope that I can connect with people with my songs. I hope that people will feel something when they hear the songs. When I perform live, I want to incorporate visual arts, like as much as possible. It's important for me to show the music also in a visual way. For instance, this one is like an emotion triggered light screen that I dance. That is part of my live show. And I like everything that's like electronic and interactive with music. So I have this machine, which is this one. And when I trigger different sounds with drumsticks, like electronic sounds, it will connect to a projector that projects visuals and balloons, and it's very visual. And I think I probably got that from when I was a child growing up in a theatrical environment with my mom. She was an opera singer at the opera house in Denmark, so I was around a lot of fun characters and costumes and scenographies. Like all my creativity comes from like what I do music with. So like if I have a song, it always starts with the music. It always starts with the songs. If I've written a song that is one way, then I'm trying to think, how does this song feel? How does this song look? What is the setting? And then I get really inspired to like for videos and how to play it in different setups. And I think I also sometimes get, I think I'm also quite inspired by film and visual arts in general. Like sometimes when I go to an exhibition or go watch a movie, I'll get like melodies in my head. So it's just about translating your feelings into like the music into visuals.